Hey, we back on this thing here, man. Give a shout out to all the people that I met out here in the rallies and things of that nature. Great conversations, great dialogue, interactions in person, interaction through social media. So it's been great. All right. Just briefly talking about, I guess, this little movement. I guess it kind of started with GoFundMe and all those old sites and shit, whatever. But they call themselves doing respiration for African Americans. So I don't know what you know. Personally speaking, we know what it is. All right, we know it's white man's burden. Y'all been doing that shit for years after slavery, and I guess it's just a feel good tactic for whites and white American Caucasians, what have you, to feel the need they need to repay a debt or a undertone guilt because they see how crooked their race has treated African Americans in general from slavery up till now. And this video is recorded in 2016. So 10 years from now in 2026, it's no telling what the fuck this country will be because you will have the millennial generation as the generation moving this country by then. You already got MTV doing fucking studies and shit. MTV is outdated as hell. Nobody's watching MTV but some preteens. All right, I'm not gonna put a general race on that shit. Just preteens. All right, and they spending money trying to do research on how to market whatever the fuck they trying to market. I mean, I know you're part of the Illuminati. I mean, let's just be real. All right. So I know you're part of the Illuminati, and you're trying to market like dudes walking around here wearing Hello Kitty shirts and Dora the Explorer shirts and shit, uh, pink shirts, purple shirts. Again, I'm not here to advocate what people should wear. You know what I'm saying? Because if I take offense to that shit, then I'd be taking offense to gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, and the such. All right. In the United States, is everybody's welcome. Be who you want to be, dress how you want to dress. But the the how can I say the change from the identity of a man and how a man carries himself, uh, both personal and even in a fashion sense, has changed and will change. And some of that is due to the Illuminati. So let's not be facetious, if you will, about the bullshit, because we know what's going on. And so with that, we know that's the new movement that they're trying to do, along with the United States' own version of trying to reach its quota to catch up with the other countries that they signed a deal to have some kind of population control. And they also obligated to come out with, no, I'm sorry, not come out with, how can I say it, test new man made diseases to see which one is more effective, both cost effective and effective in getting people sick and killing people, if you will, for lack of a better terminology. All right. But let's get back to the white man's burden and this reparation of payment for slavery and what have you. Now, it's a bunch of websites and things of that nature, maybe underground, maybe public, where African Americans can go on and say different situations that they have going on, and a white person can donate to that situation, and thus uh, a form of respiration for his race or his or her race participation in slavery is finally a guilt being lifted off shoulders because you have helped the race that was oppressed for many years and continue to be. All right. And so, but like I say, I mean, that's nothing new. What is due, however, is the United States version of a motherfucking respiration for African Americans, male and female. All right, put my shit in a trust fund is what I'm saying. Because I don't, I, Caucasians giving money to African Americans for situation, do what you do. That's just white man's burden. And for the millennial generation, go get your Googling on, all right? Or whatever fuck internet search site you use. Go get your Googling on and Google keyword white man's burden, all right? And you will see that white man's burden go back to the motherfucking slavery days. So it's nothing new. I'm not shocked about that. And so, but the United States need to come out with their version for all. All right, we do need our 40 acres and mule, if you will, because we still waiting, motherfucker. Even though the whole world see that in the United States, the police department in the United States kills and targeted African American males and females, Hispanic, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Latinas, etc. Muslim Americans, if they look like they overseas or whatnot, Native Americans, Asian Americans. I mean, everybody is targeted. Everybody is looked at sideways, except but middle class and up whites, if you will. And then you got middle class and up blacks. Your new Negroes. You got to have some new Negroes there. And then the new Negro that he can't relate to black issues because he never lived in the hood. He never lived in the inner city. He didn't have a silver spoon, but he actually went to school. He or she, all right, let's not be sexist. He or she hasn't lived in the hood, hasn't had to have hood experiences like eating hot dogs for 7 days a week, or a homeless shelter, or any kind of real hard circumstances. Those would be the motherfuckers that commit suicide. Motherfuckers that ain't never been through shit, and then something happen, and they lose their fucking mind. Them the motherfuckers you pray for. Them the motherfuckers that goes in buildings and go kill random folks for no fucking reason, and they end up turning the gun on yourself because they what the fuck. So it's it's really urgent that all generations teach their kids how to live poor. All. I don't give a fuck if you're a billionaire. You need to teach your kid how to eat goddamn eggs and bullshit. All right. So they can mentally understand that if anything goes wrong, I know how to eat eggs and bullshit and still survive, still smile. But see, a lot of people got to be poor as hell. You know what I'm saying? And then they hate that when they see a white Caucasian woman interact with a black male. They hate that shit. I mean, they've been hating it since slavery, but they hate it now more so because, especially when that white woman is from an inner city and she knows that shit. Now, white women is beautiful as hell. There's some white women beautiful as hell that grew up in the inner city. And when you meet them and talk to them, they don't talk like we assume a Caucasian white woman to talk, if you will. All right. And so when you meet a woman that been in the hood and had that hood background, she gonna come at you in a different perspective. She gonna enlighten you to some real shit. And see, even whites that's uppity cannot relate to a female that's been battered dipped in some real shit. All right. And see, a lot of people. This is so off topic, but let me just toss this in here real quick. A lot of black women hate that black men get white women. Well, look, I leave that to the goddamn sports athletes on why the fuck they do it. I don't know. But if I meet me a white woman, personally speaking, that's been in the hood, she been battered dipped in that shit, she know what it's about. Yeah, I can hang with her. I can kick it with her. Cause my shit ain't about color of skin. My shit is about who you are as a person. What do we really have in common? You know what I'm saying? After all the little honeymoon phase and I'm courting you and I'm trying to fuck. So let's not be naive, all right? A lot of dudes walk around here, they want to play the game like they ain't trying to fuck. I'm trying to fuck, period. But after I fuck you, please, everything I love. Give me something else that's gonna keep me interested in you. What else do you got going on? Yeah, the pussy is good. The head good too. But when you on your period, that 1 week, those other 3 weeks, what the fuck else do we have in common that I can kick it with you in them other 3 weeks that we not fucking I fucking. That's what I need. It don't matter what race she is. I don't do that. I date all the white, black, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, all of them. All my Latinas. Que pasa, como está? Me gusta tu cuerpo. Tienes novio, sí o no. Uh, Te amo, mucho te amo. So it's none of that. All my French women, uh, bonani, is and I hope I said that right. All right, for all my French women, I'm all across the board with this shit. There's no racist bone in me, because my quest is for the have. Let's can we have peace and justice for everybody? Why we can't? Because there's too many different personalities on this planet that we can learn from each other. We can laugh together with each other. All right. So the reparation that whites feel that some do, some feel they have to do, and again, like I said, uh, do what you do. But the undertone of it is white man's burden. Let's just call it what it is, because that's what it is. All right, white man's burden, and do what you do. That's fine, because it is some white Caucasian people out here that realize that this government is still racist towards people of color. African Americans is number one still, and Native Americans, how y'all just disrespected the Native Americans and every other race on this planet in the United States speaking, while the whole country watch overseas how people of race is being treated in the United States, supposedly the greatest country in the world, right? North America is supposed to be better than Central and South America. It's supposed to be the greatest country of all, quote unquote. Somehow we trillions of dollars in debt, but we the greatest country on the fucking planet. We had the greatest military, which is a fucking lie. But go right ahead though. Ego is a motherfucker. Alright. So white man burden, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? Do what you do. There's plenty of females meeting with white guys and doing what they do, doing what they do. Alright. I see it all the time. It's whatever. It's not my life. Alright. You got some bills need to be paid and you sleeping with a white guy, do what you do. Give a fuck. It's not me. I'm not gonna judge you on that shit. You only get one motherfucking life. And if you don't got yourself caught up in the situation you can't handle it, you feel you need it because y'all females giving pussy away for free anyway. So you may well make it a business shit. That's why I love strippers. Strippers and prostitutes. Cause that shit makes sense to me. Why would you get married? Marriage is the slowest form of prostitution. Yeah, you getting some pussy, you got a ring on it, but it's a slow form of prostitution. Well, you can just go get you a female, pay a little, do what you need to do, man. All right. So just like them folks doing on goddamn Ashley, what's that shit? Ashley Madison, whatever the fuck that website was, all them politicians motherfucker was on, and they was sleeping around on their wives and shit. I think the shit was Ashley Madison. I think that's what that shit was. All right. So all the people out there, this respiration, but we need the United States to do a real one. We need a real one. Can we get a real one? Can we get a real one though? For African Americans, because we owe the 40 acres and a mule. Now translate that shit into American dollars in today's market, nigga, and put some interest on that motherfucking shit, and let me cash the fuck out. All right, that's what I'm saying, nigga. Now give me my respiration, motherfuckers. What I'm saying. All right. I don't need motherfuckers to feel guilty on that white man's burden shit for my respiration. I need the United States of America to step the fuck up. All right? Stop killing me with your goddamn man-made diseases and shit, the genetically modified foods and shit. Stop trying to be a part of the Illuminati and corrupt the minds of the new millennial generation, and just give me my shit. Give everybody their shit, and let everybody live peaceful in this sad ass country. All right, nigga? Can you do that for me, nigga?